basic operation is to use a resonant cavity. It uses a microwave signal in this cavity, and the sample that will go down in here will disturb that resonant cavity, and those disturbances of the microwave signal we will use to measure the moisture. So I'll now turn the instruments on. That's the analyzer on. It's also connected via RS232 cable to a small balance. We'll now turn the balance on. Everything to do with the measurement of the moisture is related to the empty sample container. This is an empty sample container for cotton. We will now put this into the analyzer. We'll now push the down arrow, which gives us the empty sample tube reference. It now says air reading OK. It's passed all its tests and said we haven't tried to do that on an empty cavity or with a sample tube full of cotton, so that's passed its test. We're now ready to put a sample into the tube. First of all, we take the top section out of the tube and we place that section with the bottom section of the tube still in place onto the balance, and we tare this. That's now reading 0. We now need to put a sample in that's somewhere between 14 and 18 grams, so typically 16 grams. We now put the sample of cotton into the tube. And we check to see how the weight's going. It's now at 11.3, that's not enough. A little bit more, 14.1. That would probably do, but it's best to get it to 16 if we can. We'll try a little bit more. That says 16.1. Now that we're happy with that mass of cotton in the tube, we push the print button, and then we go over to the analyzer and we see that that mass has been transferred into the analyzer. So you can see here 16.1. So this is now ready to analyse the moisture. We now take the cotton sample tube and we squeeze it down to its standard position so that we now have the sample in the tube. We place it into the analyzer, making sure that it goes right down to the bottom. We then push the enter button and it comes up with a moisture of 6.2%. You'll see after that we have brackets with a 1 in there. It is possible to set a remix number so that to get added accuracy you can remix it a number of times and reanalyze it, and then it'll average those readings. It won't put a moisture out on the first reading or the second reading or until you get to that remix number. I will now show how to do a remix. So we take the sample out. We take both the top section off and the bottom section off. We push the cotton out, and then carefully we divide that into a longer sausage. We split it in half. So here was the bottom, here was the top. We then mix it around. So we've now got 2 bits of the centre bit mixed with the top and bottom. We put the bottom section in again, and then we run that back into the sample tube, squeeze it down again, and there's no need to reweigh it because it's the same mass. We then put it back into the analyzer, making sure it's right down into its home position, push the enter button, 6.4. So that's 0.2% moisture difference. And if we did that 5 times and we averaged them, we could do that obviously manually or in the computer, but this will do it if you set the remix number.